Hello everyone, this is Luxury PL38. Today's bag of the day is another bag from Chanel. It is a seasonal bag, however it does hold a sentimental value to me. It is actually my second Chanel bag, and if you watch my previous channel, my first Chanel bag was actually the black drawstring bag, the bucket bag. That was my first Chanel bag, and this was my second Chanel bag. It is a seasonal piece. And because at that time my budget was over 4,000, just around the 4,000 mark, so I did try to manage purchase a classic, the mini rectangular, which was actually 4,000 at the time, but I just find it a little bit too small at the time, so I swapped it for the bucket bag, the black bucket bag. But the irony of it is now I'm just too crazy over the mini rectangular and I can't seem to get enough of that. So that was the irony. And let's get back to the second Chanel bag that I purchased. And the reasons why I chose this was because it is bigger than the mini rectangular. However, it does have the classic Chanel features on it as well. And this particular bag is the 27 series 27.9, and it is from the 19A collections, and it was retail for 4,525. And I should probably reveal the bag before I mention those details. And this is the seasonal bag that Chanel released last year. I believe it was during the spring collections, 19A. It could be the summer collections, but they did release quite a few color variations. The one that I have is in blue. It is the marine color, and if you look closer, it does have the tone of midnight blue, the navy blue. If you look a little bit further away, it looks more like a black color. So the reason why I purchased this was because of the price point, and it is cheaper than the classic flap, and it is bigger than the mini rectangular. So if that makes sense, because I was actually trying to find a bigger bag than the mini rectangular. It does look more like the messenger bag, and if you look closer, the shape of it, it looks more like a messenger bag, and the strap, it is not long enough for a crossbody, and there are 4 grommets, which is different from the mini rectangular, which only have 2, and the mini rectangular you can only use it as a crossbody, although there are a few tricks for you to shorten it into a shoulder strap. But in this particular one, you can only use this as a shoulder bag. You can actually use it one way, this way, or another way is to extend it. But even if you extend it, it's not going to be long enough for a crossbody. But it does look a little bit nicer if you extend it, because it has kind of like the small top handle here, which you can, there's a trick that you can actually use this and tie it up to make this into a top handle, so that having 2 handles. And I actually like this particular one because it kind of reminds me of the classic Chanel single flap bag that has 4 grommet horizontally, because if you look at the new classic flap with the double flap now, the grommet is actually vertical. There are 4, 2 on each side on top of each other, whereas this one looks more like the classic older style of Chanel bag that has horizontally 4 of them placed that way. So let's go through the bag itself. It has no back pocket, so that's a different feature from the classic flap. And this is in the chiffon lambskin, and it has 2 distinctive corners, which is also different from the chiffon, normal chiffon. And that's the back, sorry, that's the base. It does look like the classic flat base, and this is in the gold hardware. And also another feature that is similar to the older classic flap is the double CC. It has a double CC on the inside of the flap, and it only has a single flap. Whereas the mini rectangular has no double CC, but obviously the bigger size of the classic flap has the double flap with the CC at the top. So it's more like a hybrid between the mini rectangular and the traditional classic flap, the double flap. So it is more like a hybrid, and the interior of it is in the fabric navy blue, and it has 2 back pockets, and this is made in Italy, and there's a zipper pocket at the back, and that's the serial at the back, the tag on right at the bottom. So this is the bag of the day, and I actually particularly like the unique shape of it. It is more like a messenger bag, and it does look more like a pochette métis from Louis Vuitton, although it does not hold as much because it is more structured. But for today's bag of the day is this seasonal piece from Chanel. And once again, thank you so much for watching.